Hello, boys and girls. In this lesson or activity, you will be reading a passage and answering some questions about the passage. This passage is about the Ojibwa. I'm going to go to slide 4 to quickly look at what questions are being asked that I need to pay attention to. So, number 1, where did they live in Michigan? Number 2, what were their houses like? Number 3, what did they eat? Number 4, what was special about them? And last, number 5, what did they make? Okay, so let's go and read about the Ojibwa. The Ojibwa was the largest group of the Three Fires. They lived along the southern shores of Lake Superior and the western shores of Lake Huron. They moved at times and usually settled near rivers and lakes. They were admired for being excellent hunters, fishers, and trappers. They were also well known for their birch bark canoes. When they lived in areas with good soil, they farmed and raised crops such as corn and squash. They also gathered nuts and fruits. They made maple syrup from the sap of maple trees and gathered wild rice. They lived in villages made of small round buildings called wigwams. These were houses made from a frame of bent poles, which was covered with bark, animal skins, or mats. They made items like moccasins and bags from deerskin, which was decorated with porcupine quills. They were also known for their beautiful beadwork, which often had flower designs. They also made birch bark baskets and boxes. Okay, so now that we've read the text, we need to go back to slide 4 and review the questions. So the first one, where did they live in Michigan? I'm going to come back and I'm going to use my highlighter and I'm going to highlight where I found the answer. So when I am reviewing something, I want to start at the beginning of a text and read again until I find my answer. So I'm going to do that silently. They lived along the southern shores of Lake Superior and western shores of Lake Huron. So I'm going to highlight that. And I'm going to go back to slide 4. And using my T tool, I'm going to type in Southern Shores Oops. Sorry, I am typing with one hand right now. My other hand is a little busy feeding the baby. And then I'm going to try to resize it so that it fits nicely in the box. Good. Now I'm going to look at question 2. What were their houses like? So I'm going to now look for the houses and I'm going to read silently again until I find my answer. Okay, so I found my answer. It says they lived in villages made of small, round buildings called wigwams. And I'm going to come back to slide 4 and answer that question. Small, round wigwams. Oops, we want it smaller. And I'm going to move it into the box. Okay, boys and girls, the last 3 questions I'm going to ask that you complete on your own using the highlighter, just the same way that I did, highlighting where you found your answers, and then coming back to slide 4, using the T tool to answer your questions. When you're done, click the submit button.